Hey, this is Josh with Clean Direct and SkyVac. So we're going to do another in-action video with the Interceptor, and we're here in North Carolina, central North Carolina, so there's a lot of pine needles. Pine needles are the worst debris. No matter if you're using, even if you're doing it the old way with a blower, if you're doing it by hand, it's the worst debris. So if we're doing it's an 8 or a 9 if we're going to scale through a 1 through 10. So worst debris, we've kind of set this up. There was some pine needles originally in the gutter, but we added to it. We wanted to make it a challenge. So we threw some more pine needles, leaves, pine cones, or sticks up there. And then there's a valley there that we're gonna clear that valley. So we just have another in-action video with the Interceptor. This is our number one seller. And this is also the machine that we recommend the most when you are dealing with pine needles. So gas powered, Honda engine, no extension cords, amazing mobility. You can get 50 feet of hose with this unit. And so we really wanted to just kind of show off our number one selling unit, which is the SkyVac Interceptor. So we just finished doing this house, average home in North Carolina, a lot of mud, a lot of wet stuff in the gutters, and then on the front side it was dry. All depends on where your home's at and how many trees you got. But we're gonna go ahead, this customer was nice enough, let us dump it here because they've got the same debris here, so they were nice enough to let us do this. So I'm gonna open this up and you can kind of see what we sucked up at this job. And this is our demo unit, so this is a pretty dirty unit, but we use it quite a bit. So it's got mud, it's got everything in there. So that's a good representation of what we just sucked up with this unit. So we're gonna go ahead and dump it, and I'll just set this to the side. And there's nothing to do here. You just simply lift and dump it out. And there you go. You could grab some of that out of there by hand, but there it is. On to the next job. Just as easy as that. Put this on. It's kind of a tough job, but pine needles are the toughest job, but the Interceptor can handle it. But another thing that we had to do is one of the valleys, actually two of the valleys on this house had the pine straw in the valley. And so what we always tell guys is the Interceptor and our Sonic Atom comes with a blow tool. This is the blow tool right here. It's two tools put together. Here's our spigot adapter, and this is just the Flex 90, whatever you want to call it. It's really, we just call it the blow tool. So the key to this is when you're putting this on the roof to blow the pine needles off, the reason we use this elbow instead of the other carbon fiber elbow is because, as you can see real close here, this elbow can take a beating. We've laid this on the shingles before, and you can see it's starting to wear here, but that's after many jobs. But this here can take a beating where if I lay that on the shingles and I put the weight on there and I slide it up the shingles and slide it down the shingles, for one, it's not going to hurt the shingles. Two, it's not carbon fiber, it's not plastic, so it's not going to wear a hole in it. So what you want to do when you're blowing, and this is even broken here, and we still was able to do everything. We use this machine quite a bit. But what you're wanting to do when you lay this on the roof, when you got to clear those valleys, is you simply lay it on there and then scoot it up and down the roof like this, and then you can switch sides, but just make sure the weight is resting here, so you've got plenty. You got your weight on your elbow here rather than your poles. You don't want it suspended in the air. You really want it on the elbow, kind of just pushing it across the shingles up and down, flipping it back and forth, just to make sure that you can get that debris right where you want it. And so we get a lot of guys, how do I do it? How do I make sure that I'm doing it right? How do I, what's the best process? So we say, this is your daily end tool. This is the tool that you're going to use the most. It's plastic, has like a 45-degree angle on it. We like using this one because it doesn't dent the gutters. And the reason I say dent the gutters is because when you're doing pine needle or any kind of heavy debris, your angle should be, if I'm going this direction, this is what my angle should be. Because if I switch it like this and I'm going this direction, what's going to happen is I'm going to keep getting caught on the bottom of the gutter right here. It's going to constantly get stuck. Where here, because there's so much power coming out of this unit, if you go this way, you're almost kind of scooping the debris and you're not going to get stuck with the gutter this way. So we go this direction, right, when you've got your angle straight up and down where it's not going to get stuck on the bottom. And here's another thing. When you're dealing with pines, sometimes the pine needles are really interwoven. You've got the sticks interwoven, the pine cones are interwoven, and so you can't just stick it on there and kind of hope that it's going to get it. You really need to do, and this is obviously you'd have your extension pole here, but you really need to do this up and down, kind of back and forth motion to make sure that you're giving the pine needles a chance to pull away from what it's woven into and allow it a chance to get pulled away from that and get sucked in. So that's your best up and down, side to side. It's not going to work. It'll work with leaves, mud, things like that if you just put it on and start moving. But with pine needles, it's really an up and down motion. Any other debris, granules, anything like that, you could probably sit it right in the gutter and just sweep back and forth. But pine needles, you really want that up and down motion or a side to side motion for the best results, because time is money. So just wanted to cover that because we have so many people ask about how to get it done and what's the best ways, what's the best practices. And so that's our best practices for pine needles. You may have noticed in some of the videos that maybe we didn't get all of it, or maybe we went around some granules or what have you. Keep in mind, that's the purpose for the camera. So this is the survey camera. This is our top selling camera. And this clips on, let me just show you here. This camera clips onto the top here so you can see, and it will jump straight to this monitor. No Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, just a radio signal. So you don't have to mess with your phone or anything like that. It syncs really easily. Turn them on, they immediately find each other. But that's where this camera and this monitor come into play, right? So what you didn't see is us going back and checking our work and getting the spots that we missed. So that's the purpose of this camera. Works really well for that. You can use this camera for quoting customers. You can use this camera for before and after pictures, for taking videos, anything like that, just to really kind of sell your customers more items, show your customers things, and the most important thing, check your work before you leave the job. So just wanted to bring that up because, yeah, we did miss some things in there, but that's simply because we didn't have a chance to go back with the camera and do a quick run and get all the fine little details to make sure that we do a quality job for our customer.